everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today in the channel is going to consist over a few days of us going through and talking about things that's going on in the yard and things that we're going to be doing, projects we're going to be doing, different things like that. So let's go ahead and get into it. What is that noise? Because that was in there, blocking the suction of the water. Okay, now I know. And I hear that noise, that something's blocking the suction so the water can't go in. There he is, down there. He got left in the pool. Hopefully he got turned off. We have been letting these things grow. There's one there, and there's a couple more in the yard. I think this is the biggest one. I want to see exactly what it is, because if it's looking like what I think it is, then I think it could be a weed. So let me look that up.
Ardisia crenata.
Well, I guess it's not a weed, it's a Christmas berry. As long as we keep the animals away from it, we should be good. It says it looks healthy and it's basically a shrub. I'm wondering if this is the one that produces those red berries that I would find out here in this yard when we were clearing it off. This might be the one. I am out here this morning watering these plants, and it can't be like maybe 80, 82, 83 at the most. I am pouring sweat. Earlier when I was in the direct sunlight, I felt like I could barely breathe. I don't know what was going on there, because I had just came out here. I wasn't even out here a good 10, 15 minutes, and I felt like I could barely breathe when I was in the direct sunlight trying to water the stuff that was in the direct sunlight. But this is a Christmas berry. So maybe, I don't know if that means, like, that can't be the mistletoe. Some kind of Christmas berry. I guess when it grows up and we see what it is, we will know. And we will show you and let you know. Hopefully whatever's going on with the heat has nothing to do with my cancer, because the last time this happened, we were out mowing lawns and I couldn't breathe. I mean, to the point to where I had to stop in case he had to finish the lawns. It was that bad. And I had to go to the cancer doctor, and I had to get iron infusions because my white blood cells and my red blood cells were low. My red blood cells were low because of the iron was low, but my white blood cells, I'm not sure exactly about the white blood cells. I just know the white blood cells being low made me anemic. So that's what I think drew the red blood cells down or something like that. I'm not positive how that works, but yeah, I'm hoping me going out there has nothing to do with that, because it's like every time I go out there, I'm like pouring sweat and can't hardly breathe. I know Casey says he gets to where he's pouring sweat, but he's never said that he can't breathe. So I'm just hoping it has nothing to do with my cancer. Well, over here in this corner, Casey built a homemade urinal for when the guys were out here. He has to build something for me now, for when the girls are out here and for when Mary's here. But this is just a water bottle, one of the large water bottles, the 5-gallon ones, into a PVC pipe. And then he put cement around it, and he put peat gravel down at the bottom. So when they use the bathroom, it goes down into the ground. And there's, I guess, water bottles there that he put up there so that he can clean it out when he's done. So that's convenient for them. Now he needs something for me. In the past, we have built a homemade septic under the ground. And what you do is you take two 55-gallon containers. You take the two 55-gallon containers and you dig a hole and you put the in front of the other, one here and then one let's see, one here and one here, like behind each other, and you don't take the lid or anything off, and you dig a hole for it to fit in to where it's level, and then you take the hole and you put your septic, like where your piping would go into, and you put holes in that 55-gallon one. That way the water runs into the septic, and then you just bury it, and then you got a homemade septic at home. I mean, we've done it in the past just to test it out to see how that works, and it does actually work. So they are online. We have seen them, and that's where we got our idea from. This was like maybe 3 or 4 years ago when we tried it out, and it does actually work. So we don't have video of us because it was before we even had this channel. So yeah, maybe he can build something like that for me, so if I'm out here I can go to the bathroom. So it'd be nice if we could run water to it and have a little room around it, so it'd be an actual toilet, but the septic would be underground. It's not like we're going to be using it a lot. So what do you think? Think that's a good idea, or do you think we should have a plumber actually come out here and put one in? Yeah, give us some ideas. See this bike back here in the background? I'm going to try and get on it and ride it. I haven't been on a bike in probably over 20 years. This is a bike that when we went and moved our friend that she was getting rid of because it belonged to someone else who no longer lived in the house, and we took it. She said, that's okay, you can have it. So we went ahead and brought it here. Maybe we can get some exercise out here. So let me go ahead and try that. See how this goes. The sand's pretty thick. This seat's too low for me. It makes it to where I'm bending my knees too much, and it's hurting my knee. I think the seat needs to be raised up more, so I don't bend my knees so much. Oh, there was a towel inside that tarp, piece of tarp that's there. But I did ride the bike. The seat needs to be raised because it's hurting my knees, especially this one because this is the one I had my surgery on. And then it'd be good to go. I'll be able to ride it. So I'm gonna have Casey see if he can raise the seat on that thing. That would be great. Give me some exercise. Not that it'll be good out here in this heat, but give me some exercise maybe to help loosen up my knees. So we'll see. If we get it raised and get a good height for me, then I'll show myself riding it to where I don't have to stop. Oh, and the sand here was really thick, so it could have been just because I wasn't able to push because of how low the seat was, because it was hurting my knee. But if I'm able to get it ironed, maybe I could take it out on the road, ride up and down the street, get exercise that way. And I think most of the street is in the shade because there's a lot of trees in this area, so that'd be nice. So. Today I'm going to be planting some Maypop purple passion seeds. I know it's not May, it's past May. I know people might say, well, that's just the name of them, but I did look it up and it said the best time to plant these is between April and May. So it said it was okay, being that I lived in Florida, that the temperature needs to stay above 55, so I should be okay with planting these. I'm not going to plant them all. I'm only going to plant a couple of them. That way, if it doesn't take, I'm not wasting all my seeds, because these took about 2 weeks to get here. I don't know where they came from, but they took a while. So I'm going to go ahead and plant those. I have a pot here that already has dirt in it, the soil from what I had in there before. I'm going to mix it up some, make sure there's no kind of anything else growing down on the bottom of it. Well, I guess this is the roots from whatever was there before. Apparently from where it was sitting, some of these flowers were falling in here too, which isn't bad. They're pretty flowers and the bees seem to like them. There's even a little rock in here. I know there's dirt mixed in here, but this is a lot of roots from, I think this was, I had the cabbage in here, and this is a lot of roots still in here, the roots and the vines of this cabbage plant. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out. I think I need to get some more vermiculite and perlite to put in here. Okay, I got a mixture here of the perlite and the vermiculite that I'm mixing together. And I'm gonna put that in here and mix it up. There's more dirt too. I think this is dirt. Yep, this is some more of my soil that I made up the other day. I'll put some more of that in there too. That way it's at the top. Try not to make too big of a mess here. I think that when they sent these, they literally sent them through USPS. So I think a couple of them got crushed going through the mail thing, whatever thing it has to slide through. I mean, from what I've seen from videos, how the mail goes through a thing to stamp, automatically stamp the oh no, I dropped one. Maybe it'll grow down here, I don't know. It won't be a good spot for it to start growing. I guess if it does, I'll have to just uproot it and move it somewhere else. But as I was saying, from what I've seen, when the mail goes through, it automatically stamps it. And sometimes that looks pretty thin. And if something's going through there and it's seeds, it could get crushed. I don't know why they would send it that way, because it looks like something was crushed in here. But I'll go ahead and use the 3 that I got anyway. It is rude. There. Get up. Okay. Now, gotta find the water hose and give it a water. It's thirsty. Sorry if you could hear any of that in the background. That's my neighbor watching TV. They apparently might be deaf. I don't know, because their TV is really loud all the time. I try my hardest to record stuff when they're not awake. But let me go ahead and water this. And this is what it looks like right now. I'm gonna have to sit this somewhere so it make sure it stays above 55. I don't think that's a problem right now. Set it over here. I love how rocks look. I used to collect them when I was a kid. About 2 that I collected that I had that I really, really liked somehow got misplaced. I think it was because when I was a teenager and I ended up, when I moved out, I left a lot of stuff and then I never did go back and get the stuff, not thinking about it at the time. You know, you're a teenager, you're not thinking about things like that. But the one rock that I found, it was completely blue and it was probably like this big around. And it was completely blue with one white stripe all the way around it. I'd never seen a rock like that before. And the other rock that I found, it was silver. It was like yay big. It was silver. It was pokey silver kind of. Maybe if I can find a picture of it, I can put it right here. But I never seen a rock like that either. I mean, I've heard people talk about those types of rocks before, but I can't remember the name of it. If anybody can think of it, it was silver, it was shiny. It looked like it had little spots on it where the pokey parts was at. I'm probably describing this completely wrong. They look shimmery, like glitter if you put them in the sunlight, but it was all still basically the same color, maybe different shades of gray, or silver. I've never found any rocks like that since. but this was down inside the plant. It almost looks like a very large tooth. Today, what I normally do is I take the seeds from my flowers that are growing here. This one is a little pokey too. It is this one here, which is this name, if you can see that. And these are the flowers that come on it. Guess I should show that too, huh? Oh, there's another one down in here. This is a powwow wild berry cone flower, and I only have one of this one, but it is this one here. This is the flower that comes on it, and it is a, oh my goodness, it doesn't say. The tag's not on there. Well, if anybody knows what this is, go ahead and put it down in the comments. I can't believe the tag's not there. And then, of course, lots of these right here, which I picked a lot of them last night on my other marigolds. These are marigolds, by the way. These are these marigolds. These are French. These are the French marigolds. But last night, I picked a whole bunch of them on my African marigolds, which get way up here. I mean, they get way taller than me. They're like 6 foot tall. And I got a whole 1 gallon Ziploc bag, almost full. It was like 75% full of the seeds off of there. So there's still more that are dying off. I can have a lot more of these types of flowers. I even got some of these last night. They are Xena flowers. They're very pretty too, and I got the seeds from some of these. We have quite a few of these around, and I will be planting those as well because I need my flowers for my bees to pollinate, or my butterflies or ladybugs, whatever pollinates my stuff. Mostly the bees, but yeah. But that's what I normally do. I have to let them dry out, and then I can take the seeds out, and then I have plenty of seeds for next year, because I like to pick my stuff a little early because of so these bugs ain't getting to it and making it rotten. Because some of this stuff, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little cherry tomatoes, which I know have a little bit green on them still, but there's a couple of them here, like this tiny one. It's got a little soft spot right there, and this one here has a little soft spot. So it's like I have to get it a little early, or it's gonna sit there and rot on the stem. I don't know what's making it do that. If anybody knows why these could be doing this, like prematurely trying to rot before they're even completely ripe, let me know in the comments. We were thinking about putting a post on each corner for now until we get the money to build us a greenhouse, to put some type of, I guess, not a tarp, but some kind of thing that goes over that shades, but yet plants can still get the sun that they need, because it is hot standing out here in this sun. After we cut this tree down, there is so much sun coming in here. It just, you walk out here and it just pouring sweat. So if anybody has any ideas about what to put here, you can also let us know in the comments about that. If in a future video you see something already here, then maybe Casey came up with an idea, or I came up with an idea, but we just need something big enough to cover over, but yet the plants still get their nutrients that they need. So let me show you a few of these plants here, some of the vegetables that's growing. This is getting yellow. Then I have one right here. I have another one here. I don't know what's going on with this one. It's got a nick in it, and this is growing. So one here. Then I have over here, I have this cucumber. And then of course, I keep pulling the little cherry tomatoes. Check this out. This right here, this here over here growing up on this side, if you can see it, if this isn't in the way, is my jasmine. It's grown all the way up here and it's come here. And it started to go across here, but then all of a sudden it went back down this way the next day. It went back down. I thought Casey had moved it, but he said he didn't. And my 3 cherry tomatoes are growing up this side, and I've been making them go up this way because of how tall they're getting. I mean, this is my hands all the way up, and my hands, I think, reach at least 6 feet, maybe over 6 feet. And I have to get a small stepping stool if anything grows up there to be able to pick it, because it is up there pretty high. I had to get it, literally something I shouldn't have done, but a bucket. It stood on a bucket, and put the little clips on there, clip them up there. And now I see the jasmine has got itself wrapped around the cherry tomato. I'm gonna have to get that down from up there, from around there, and try to get it to wrap around. I guess it's a wedding thing, but you know, whatever. Use it for whatever you want. Well, I'm heading to the property to check out my garden to see what's going on. I know it's been raining a little bit, but I don't know if it got any rain over here. So if anybody has any ideas in the comments, what we should do or what maybe we should build on the property or get for the property besides a house, because we're not building a house on the property, let us know. That way, give us some ideas of what we could do next. Probably won't be till next year before I get my garden extended. I had a doctor's appointment today, and I'm just getting back from the appointment. Had to get blood work because of my cancer I had. So I got to go through 5 years of seeing the doctor, which I think I'm coming up on my 5 years here pretty soon. Actually, I think I might have hit my 5-year mark, but I don't know. But I gotta go. I have to see the cancer specialist for 5 years, and then after the 5 years, then I'm pretty good. That I guess that the 5-year period lets them know whether, you know, if it comes back. If it doesn't come back within that 5-year period, then I'm pretty good. So far so good. I haven't had any issues. The only issue that I did have at one point was my red blood cells and my white blood cells were really low, and I became anemic, and that's when we were still actually had our lawn business, and I couldn't even go out in the sun for 10-15 minutes, and I was pouring sweat and breathing real hard where I could barely breathe. I had to go through iron infusions, and had to get B12 shots for like, I think it was either 3 or 6 months. I can't remember exactly because that's been a little while ago. Had to go through that. Other than that, everything's been pretty good. That's why I try not to go out in the sun like a whole lot, because I don't know if it was me working out there in the sun that was causing the issue, that like lowered my red and white blood cells, or if it's something I was or wasn't doing. So now I just try to not have myself out in the sun as often and sweating so much, so that I don't get my red and white blood cells low again. Oh, almost here. Go look at this, see what's going on. Look at this little guy. I know he might look big, but he's actually a little guy. I think he's looking at the camera. Looking at the camera? He posing for the camera? He's smiling for the camera. Say cheese. Every time I come out here to water the flowers, I almost end up watering this plant, and this is a fake plant. Not only that, there's another one that I almost end up watering too. Check this one out. This one. I almost end up watering this one, and this is a trash can. When he had plants sitting in here and it's sitting closer to the exit part of, like over here by the entrance of these zipper parts here, I literally a few times almost watered it. Something has messed with my corn. It broke the stalk. See that?
Could have been the wind.
Does the wind do this? This was over here in the yard behind me this morning. I picked it up and threw it over here. I think.
Could be.
But why would it just that one? This one's got like these lawn chairs blocking the wind.
The wind was blowing really hard earlier, like maybe an hour ago.
No, they're not. No, because that was like at this morning, like 8 something. 9 something this morning. It can't be from the wind, because this was like this morning when I came out and watered the plants. I even put this pole in there to hold it up, because I didn't realize it was broken that bad this morning. And this was laying out here in the yard, so I'm assuming something came along, was, you know, getting itself something to eat, and in the process did that. I mean, I don't know what animals would eat corn. Anybody know? Well, the corn stalk, because there's no corn on it yet. And this is the one. It's in the ground. it's grown into the ground. But this, see, it just now getting its thing so it can start fertilizing the corn that grows on it. And see, look at this, like something's been chewing on this. Don't look like something been chewing on that? And in the process, I'm sure it's dead, but I'm gonna leave it there just to see if maybe, hey, where's that tape at for the
grafting tape?
Yeah,
We have 2 of them.
I wonder if I can put that around here and see if it will still, maybe it will mend itself back together.
Maybe. I don't know. I would doubt that it would do that, but it's worth a shot. If the only other alternative is that you're going to throw it out or do some, like, put it in the compost pile.
I mean, that's the only other thing I can do. It's like I'm trying to do the corn to where it grows and it's good corn, not like when we first put it through some. I don't know what was up with that corn, but it grew corn, the other corn stalks. And the corn was maybe this big. But when, you know how when you eat corn, you boil it and then you eat it, it always leaves like some corn. The corn will actually be, the kernel of the corn will still be stuck into the thing, and you're just chewing the corn off of the cob, but the whole kernel doesn't come out. Like on these ones, it just fell out in kernels. It was weird how it just did that. And so, I mean, it didn't taste bad. It tasted a little bit kind of rubbery, I think would be a good word to describe it. So I'm not sure. This, but do you know where the grafting tape is? Is it out here somewhere?
It's not out here. I'm surprised you didn't see it. I think that it's with some of the other tape.
Oh, it's in our tape drawer at home?
Yeah. Oh. But I think there's 2 of them, so we might have one.
Yeah. Hopefully they're both in there.
No, I meant we might have one now.
Oh.
Because there's 2 of them.
Okay. Well, I can go get it and see what I can do with that.
This plant, I don't know, honeysuckle, whatever it is, jasmine, that intertwines up around here. It was coming around here, and then I believe it was this tomato plant. It was coming up this tomato plant, and I told my mom about having this jasmine on one side and then the tomato on the other, that they were gonna meet somewhere in the middle, or at some point they were gonna start choking each other out. So I took it off the plant and I moved it and looped it around under through here, so it's looped and wrapped only around the white part through here, and it ends over here somewhere. I think it's right there. So it'll start to get a grip. I told her that we're gonna have to keep an eye on it to make sure it goes through there. But my question is, if a greenhouse or some type of plant situation building is going to be built, what is going to happen with these plants that are climbing this oval, circular at the top shaped trellis type thing? What's going to happen with that? Because neither one of them are planted in the ground, the jasmine or the tomato, but with them sitting on the ground, I can only imagine, especially with the jasmine, the roots are probably going into the ground. So it's nice that this is crawling up here, but if something's built, like, what's gonna happen?
Well, I'm back. I got the tape. So this is the only one I saw in the drawer, but because I figured the other one, I don't know, probably was already opened. This one don't look like it's been used yet, but I'm gonna try it and see if it works. If not, then in the compost it goes, I guess, because something decided it was hungry this morning or last night. That's what I gather from it. What it looks like anyway. Look at the frog. Maybe he'll do like the lizard did, turn and just pose for me. I had a lizard pose for me. He's just sitting there, he's not moving.
He's looking, he's trying to see what you're gonna do.
He probably is looking right at me, but not like the lizard. He literally was turned around looking at the camera. Hey, Mr. Ribbit. Are you Kermit? Are you Kermit? Nope. I guess he's not Kermit. He didn't like that. He jumped. Well, I came out here to look at my cucumber as well. And look at this. There's something, a hole there, like something, I don't know if something's trying to lay eggs in there or what's going on. If they're trying to burrow themselves through this little hole there. But I'm gonna have to pick that one off, so. Should be okay, but we will see if there's anything up inside this tiny little hole. Little hole. There's a hole right there, so I'm gonna have to go in there when I get home and chop it up just to make sure there's nothing inside of it that's still living in, and put it in the fridge or something, and then it's just, I might kill it if it's in the fridge, but still, I don't want a bug inside of there if there's one in there. But I'm gonna try this, see if it works. You won't know. Oh, I know, I'm just all over the place. Look, my watermelons are growing. This is, I planted these, I think, I'm thinking it was like 3 days ago, 3, maybe 4. I'd have to actually look, but it was something like that. And even this squash, it's starting, it's right there. Just a little tiny piece, but it's starting to grow. And then over here, those 3, those are my onions. My onions that I planted, and you can see little stalks or little ones coming up in all of it. My watermelon is the biggest, and I planted these 3 things at the same time, and my watermelon is the biggest, and that's a yellow watermelon and orange watermelon. So I put 1 seed in each one, and all 6 of them are growing. So I'm hoping nothing gets hold to them and kills them like they did my other ones.
What's in the tan pot? Is that root?
No. Oh, the poppy seed, or the maypop seed.
Oh, is that what, it may pop?
Yeah, it may pop. It may pop, and I think I need to pull this one off too. Look. Come on, get on me. Get on me. Hope I can get you. Okay, now he's gonna stink my hand up. So I had to pull that one off. This is some of the stuff that is, he's trying to get out of my hand. It's some of the stuff that is killing all my vegetables and stuff. I don't know exactly which, if it's this one or that first one I showed, or if it's the actual bugs that look like these, because I'm sure this is a stink bug. And I'm gonna throw it in the water over here, and it's gonna probably have my hands smelling like a stink bug. So I can just wash that off. It wasn't a stink bug. It was one of those bugs. My hand does not smell like stink bug. And if that was a stink bug, he would have... Whatever it is they spray on you. It would have stunk. And no, we're not breeding...
Mosquitoes?
And no, we're not breeding mosquitoes.
That's got the stuff in it.
It's got a little pod thing that goes in it. And it's in there that kills mosquitoes, the larvae and stuff that the mosquitoes come and try to lay in here. So that's in there. But let me get that stuff and we'll go over here and tape up the plant and see what happens. The corn. Okay. See if we can... Wait a minute. Was there another one down in there? Look. Oh, what? Never mind. Wow. I seen that hole. I'm thinking it pulled a whole one out of there, but I forgot I stuck this down in there. Wow. Okay, let's see. Try to get this taped up. See if we can. Maybe. We'll see. I think whatever it was.
You trying to choke it or what?
I'm trying to make sure it stands up. I'm still going to have to put this in there to make sure it stays there. Because whatever it was chewing on this stuff, because the wind's not going to come along and just this one plant right here like this, and then these are fine.
Maybe that one took the
blunt force of it all.
The blunt force of it all. Yeah, maybe.
But my reasoning that it was something is because of this being out in the yard over here. But I don't know. Maybe that's what was wrong with the other ones. Maybe there was either not enough fertilized, maybe enough of that stuff didn't get on it, or maybe too much.
Well, I came by here and I was looking at these wondering why they were still in these small little pots like that. Like, I don't see like a full stalk growing of corn inside of a little pot like that.
They're growing as big as what the ones was over there.
Have you seen if the roots are in the ground?
Yeah, the roots are in the ground.
Oh,
they done grew through the thing and into the ground.
Oh, well, I guess that's fine then, as long as if the roots are in the ground.
It's in the ground. One day I think we're gonna have to get the stump grinder thing rented again at some point, because I know you're gonna have to. I don't know what you're gonna do with that thing, if you're gonna grind it down from the tree. But there's still things around here, little pieces of stumps and stuff around here, like this one. It keeps growing.
Are you talking about these trees and stuff?
Yeah. See, this is right here on top. This is right here on top, and this growing right here, and then that one over there is growing. And there was 3. I think this is the place where those 3 trees was. I think that's where this was. Those 3 trees that we cut down that were together.
Ooh. I don't know. It's possible. I was actually looking at that this morning when I came out here. I was looking at the what?
Look at my corn.
Okay, well, I would say that it needs more than just that. So like that green thing that you put in there, that green thing needs to be like right next to it probably, and then some of that tape started to tape around the stalk itself, but around the stalk itself, and well, that's not exactly what I envisioned, but I mean, if it works.
At least to make it to where it won't fall.
I mean, you are.
I'm trying to save it.
Now, is that tape? Like,
no, it's just plastic.
No, I know that, but isn't it just like, isn't it just Saran wrap?
Yes, this is literally, they probably had whole rolls of saran wrap. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, here's your grafting tape.
I mean, it probably isn't saran wrap. It probably is a little bit different, but it has a consistency like saran wrap.
Yeah. Hey, another thing. I was out here this morning and I decided this one plant that had these flowers, the very first flower pot that I started growing, and I stuck it over here in a corner, and it has these lily pad looking things on it.
With the pink.
With the pink, yeah. And there's another one growing right there, and I was pulling all the dead stuff out of it. And when I was, the other, all that green down there at the bottom, I didn't plant this here. I don't know how it got there, but it's oregano.
This foliage stuff here?
Yeah, I smelled it. It's oregano. Because I kept smelling. I'm like, why do I smell oregano? And I smelled it, and it was oregano. At least the piece I had hold of. I don't know if every piece of it in there is oregano, but...
Your hands just smell like oregano?
Yeah. I didn't touch the oregano over there. But, like, some of the... It's doing better than some of this other stuff. Seasoning stuff that I've grown and planted.
That's because it spread its own wings and it's doing its own thing.
Exactly.
It's like, I don't need nobody to take care of me.
Just give me some water every once in a while. We're good. Like this one. This flower here that we bought. The orange and yellow looking one. I left it sitting there. I took some of the seeds off of it, but I left it sitting in that, and most of it was dead. It was mostly dead. Look at it now. It's done spread its wings again, and I left it there, and now it's got flowers again for the bees. Because there was no flowers on that at all.
Some people can take some healthy plants and they have just the knack to kill it. It just... How'd you do that?
How did you kill that plant?
Write a book.
That's funny. But other than that, I guess I'm gonna have to pull a few of the peppers maybe that, you know, besides the one that we found the bug on. Look at that bunch right there and pull the peppers out.
I keep feeling like there's something crawling on me.
I think it's the corn.
It's the corn, the husk, whatever. But have a knack for killing the plants that you would want, but you have a knack for reviving and keeping alive the weeds. I've seen the stuff that you have over here in this square foot garden thing here. I'm like, why? It's the ground cover?
It's like grass or something.
Yeah.
I can grow grass if you haven't noticed. Go look at this back here. Over here. I can grow grass. I got all the weeds out of it. All of them that, I mean, there might be a few here and there still.
I was still picking up a few pieces of glasses today. Glass,
sure.
Not glasses, glass.
Glass, yeah. I'm sure because I'm
this ground cover in here, that is some type of, it's a weed, but when it grows in the yard, people let it grow. I think because we've had some yards that we've done before where that was across most of the yard.
Yeah.
Then you take a zero turn on that and you turn the right way and it peels it up, and it's because it's not grass.
Yeah, it's like weed. It just like, crawls along the ground.
It's crawling along the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I was telling them about, that these
square foot gardens.
Yeah, these 2 square foot gardens here, that as soon as I guess the summer's over, most of this stuff has died off, and we're going to move them to a different spot.
Oh,
because they're not where they were meant to be.
Yeah, I was asking about this trellis thing here with the tomato and the jasmine vine on it. What do you do if there's something that has to be built? Won't that have to be moved? I mean, neither one are in the ground.
But if the root goes in the ground?
That's what I was saying, if the root was in the ground. I mean, it's still fine.
I mean, you can dig up the root underneath.
I was thinking one of those tomatoes up there needs to be bent over to follow along the trellis, but then it would bend in the direction of the jasmine coming up. Yeah.
Well, let's go see if any more of these peppers need to be picked. I got 8 cherry tomatoes. And like I've said, I get them because of stuff like this. I know they're not, you know, nice, and this one's more red, or the tomato color anyway, than these ones. But there's stuff, I can feel stuff on them, and I don't want them to get rotten. So I just pick them a little early. I mean, they're still edible. It's for spaghetti sauce. Whenever I get all of it, enough of it made so I can at least make one jar.
I think if it's for spaghetti sauce, I think it needs to taste like what it's supposed to taste like more than it's supposed to look like perfection.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's going to taste like a tomato regardless, green or otherwise. If it's still a tomato. I mean, it's not hard like those green ones there. I mean, do it some little cherry fried green tomatoes. Oh no! There's another one. Look at this thing. Right here. And these ones are soft. This one's not so soft, but these ones are soft. I just take this and I cut it. And I cut around all this bad stuff. The rest of it's still good to eat. Let's see. I don't know what's going on. These here. It doesn't seem like anything really messes with these. Got quite a few of those growing. This one's actually starting to turn red like the other one, or orange, whichever color it wants to change. That one's okay. This is my, where's it going? Did you move this? Did you move this?
No.
It's like moving itself. Let's see, come up here and grow this way. This right here needs to grow this way because I don't want it to get down here and start wrapping around other stuff down here. But this is my sweet potato plant. I bought both of these, like I had said before. I bought both of these online, the stems of sweet potatoes, and they both were about yay big. Planted them both at the same time. And this one all the way up here. And this one, maybe this big. So hopefully the things are doing okay, because from what I understand, I think this thing's trying to get to the ground because these are usually run around on the ground. I mean, if anything, it can go this way. These are my carrots.
I thought that's what those were, and then I didn't know, like, because when I would water sometimes I didn't know how much water it needed.
When these are little, it's so hard to water these. You know, put water on them. You can't
Mist.
You just have to mist it over it because it literally, I'm dead.
Lay down. What's in the this one? Because I don't remember that one being empty.
Nothing is in there now. What was in there? I don't remember. I just pulled out this grass, actually. I meant to plant it yesterday and I forgot to. That grass was down in here. And this one's empty too. So.
That's right. I had seen grass over there and I'm like, is she growing grass? Like in a pot?
Well, it started growing on its own, so I left it to get bigger, and then I put it over here because I pulled it out and then I forgot to take it and plant it.
I left it here for weeks and weeks and weeks, maybe even months, and then suddenly I took it out and left it out to die.
Left it out to die. I think it's still okay though. What do you think?
I think it's fine. It just needs to be planted. That's a lot of roots.
I know. It was down inside of there. I was sitting there shaking and shaking and shaking.
Oh, look, you got the good parts too. All the spurs, sand spurs.
Is that sand spurs? Because it doesn't feel like it.
Well, I thought sand spurs. I thought they come up and they're soft, and then they dry out, and then that's when they're hard and they stick.
Yeah, but I didn't know if this was actually sand spurs. I was going to plant it like over here. We can go plant it that way. Maybe it won't die. Put it in the ground, then it dies. Leave it sitting on top of the ground, it's okay. Like this is a spot that doesn't. You know why this is like this? That's where I thought it was a slab of concrete, and I started digging it up. This is that tree.
But why would the whole area around it not have any? I mean, because I put grass seed down there.
Probably because this isn't that far down. I mean, this is sticking out of the ground. I'll just stick it over this way some.
Okay, grass will grow in between concrete. Like,
look at that. There's something hard right there. I think it's part of a root of something. there's a tree, part of the stump. That should be plenty to go down. Okay, some of it's in the ground. It needs to be on top.
I think the most important part is that the roots are in the ground.
Yeah, I was just trying to make sure there's some grass part on top because, well, I put one over there where you got the umbrella and all that barrier stuff there now. But I remember I planted that one piece of grass and you was wondering how that one piece of grass was growing right there. Mm-hmm. And I did the same thing, but it was the same day that I pulled it out of the ground. I wonder, maybe I should bring the water hose over here and give it some water. We will see. Look at that.
What, you trying to fill up a kiddie pool?
But no, you see that?
What?
I just pulled back the top layer of the dirt. It's still dry under there. So no, it's not going into the ground.
Well, if you stop watering and give it a moment to soak in instead of spread out.
Well, all of this needs watered anyway. I mean, I know it's been raining, but
no, it hasn't.
No, I mean it
keeps looking like it's gonna rain, and
it stormed out here. What, yesterday or the day before?
I don't know.
For like an hour.
Yeah, no, it does it for like 15 minutes and then it goes on. It's like it threatens to rain for a block of time that's like the majority of the day, and then once it does, it's 15 minutes and then it's gone. Yep.
Says it's gonna rain and then that's all you get.
See? What's this?
It's a pull tab of a older soda can. And I don't know if I should be watering with this water. It feels warm coming out. I mean, down here it feels warm.
Did you even feel it to see if it was hot?
I went like this, but it doesn't really, it's not hot.
I think warm's fine. It's just if it's hot.
And it's not 112 degrees. Like that one thing was.
Well, hello. So I've told you before about the moon gate that's here, and I believe I said what I wanted to do back here is to make a Japanese garden. I know what that looks like in my mind, so I want to take this little germ of an idea and bring it to fruition, and hopefully we can all see together what we can manifest with this garden area. Now, my creativity works one way, everyone's works a little bit differently. So what I'll have to do is remove all of these plants that are here, not the ones that are in the ground, but the ones that are in pots, remove these plants, and then I can get a look at it as like a blank canvas. But after we remove the plants, what we'll have to do is, because due to the rain, we'll have to flatten the area out. And my mom has already said that we'll have to go through, get any of the weeds, any of the vines, things like that, roots that are underneath the ground, not the tree roots, but the roots to anything that could potentially grow up. And then after that, I'm kind of like trying to oscillate between, you know, what it is that I want to do as far as, do I want to put a weed barrier down? Do I want to get the dark gray rock pebbles and mix with the concrete or some type of agent that would keep it stationary to where it's kind of glued down? But I don't like the term glue because in my mind I'm thinking like Elmer's glue and the water will come and wash it away. But something to where it can stay stationary, because with these 3 trees being here and also the trees that are along the property, what I've noticed before when we cleared this property is that there's a lot of leaves that fall in this area. So since these trees are still here and I do want to put this Japanese garden here, I want to make sure that it's in a position to where I could leaf blow it and you could still see all of those rocks. But also with putting those rocks down means that when I put the plants back in to see where I want to put them, I have to give them room to be able to grow. So that they can root, they're going to need a surface area of dirt. So I'll have to make room for that around the rock area. So I guess let's go ahead and get the plants taken out of here. So we'll get those taken out and then we'll see what it looks like blank, aside from the plants that we have that are planted in the ground. For instance, the elephant ear. That's the one that comes to mind. There's another plant back here, I'm not sure what it is, but my mom left it there. It could be a weed, but
it's the same as whatever this is in the pot.
I mean the one back here between these two
It's the same as that other one.
Okay. So that will stay. And then I know that there's some of the front-facing plants, those green and white, like this one down here. These are already planted in the ground. So we're gonna leave those there, but we'll take out all of the other plants and then see what it looks like after those are out and it's blank. And we found that the area here floods after it rained. It rained 2 different times where it was like a heavy rain. And so we have this dirt pile here so that I can flatten this out to kind of fill in the area where the water was coming down. So the pool was put in and that was dug out. And the dirt from the pool, most of it was taken to the other side of the property, but a lot of it was left around the pool. So there's kind of like a little bit of a mound around the pool area. And so when it rains, the water runs off away from the pool and it comes down here into this area. So I just want to kind of elevate it up a little bit so that when it rains, it can kind of just soak into the ground rather than follow a path going downward this way and flooding this area.
I got another one. This is a different plant, but I can put it in the water and hopefully it'll take root.
That's from the hanging plant that it vines down, and if that does that, you could probably take pieces of it at any time and put it in water and create another one.
My mom used to do that from her spider plants. She'd take the one that the little spider that was coming off of the one that's hanging down.
Yeah.
And she'd put it in water and then root that one and make more.
Now, if there's any way to duplicate these, I think that we should do that because they can get pretty expensive.
Yeah.
See, we're gonna have to do something with these quick because they want to grow and their roots are trying to take root underneath the ground where they're at. And so that's fine, but we got to get them planted.
Got another one. I accidentally broke it off. Probably put that in some water too. Let it take root. Hopefully.
Those are small flowers that are on those.
Yeah.
But they're pretty.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, it just depends because the sun's going down and it's still hot out here. But what I'm thinking now is, I don't know if you can see, but these bricks are over here and there's one circular paver right there. That's gonna have to come out. But let's just take a look around there and just see like what we have there so far as with everything taken out. So This is for the ants. You see the squirrels? You know.
Oh, there they are, up there.
I know that squirrels can be maybe harmless, but they can also get into things. One of the neighbors over here had told me about how they had a squirrel that was living inside of their shed, in the attic of their shed, or in the roof, and they couldn't get it out, and they didn't know if it was like making a nest, laying eggs, having babies, stuff like that.
I don't think they lay eggs.
I mean, not eggs, but whatever, you know what I mean. Having babies, popping out some babies, some little baby squirrels. But so looking around here at this, I can already see that there's different elevations, and from where it's rained, because there hasn't been a lot of foot traffic over top of this area, I can kind of see like where the water has started to slope in certain areas with the way the dirt looks. But I can see things growing up. I mean, there's grass here, the mimosa tree. That mimosa tree has got roots all over this entire property. The one that we cut down over here, even here, look at this. Here, this is an oak tree, not a water oak, but an oak tree. There are some water oaks on this property. This is an oak tree, and right here is a thick piece of I don't know, the stem.
Yeah, because it grew out of the ground and it started making it like its own little tree.
And come here, check this out. You can see, like right in here, these little shoots are trying to come off, and if you see that they're closed. They're closed up. And that's what I noticed with that mimosa tree, mimosa, is that after a certain time, once a certain shade came in when the sun is going down, the leaves close up. And so even these down here, these leaves have closed up. And so I've already came through here and chopped this off once.
I've done it a few times.
But it keeps coming back. So my mom had mentioned about possibly getting a stump grinder again. I don't know if for something like this, I mean, we probably could. I wouldn't want to hit the roots of this tree here because Woodpecker has already done enough to some of these trees around here. I see where they look kind of like chopped up and dead and things like that. And real quick, come over here. I don't know if my mom showed this before, but these are not bullet holes. The woodpecker was here. I actually have a picture on my phone if I remember to get it. But the woodpecker was here, and I'm like, why is a woodpecker just at some random spot at the bottom of the tree? I'm like, it's gonna like chop into this tree and make it to where it's weak and it can fall over. But when I came over here after the woodpecker left, I looked inside, and there is literally a cavity behind the spot where it was pecking through the outside bark of the tree. And inside there was ants carrying their larvae, the little baby ants that are they look white. It was like a line of them carrying it there, and that's what they were after. So I was like, what kind of hearing do they have that like they would know to come to that spot and start chopping? Because it's like
they could probably hear them crawling.
If this weren't here, then like how would you know where inside of here to start going to know that it was hollow and that there was insects behind that? So, but there was ants in that through there. I don't know what kind of ants they were. If they're in the wood, I would assume maybe carpenter ants. So maybe between ants, I haven't seen termites, but between ants and the woodpeckers, they're tearing up some of these trees up here, and some of the branches look a little dead. And
some of them fallen.
Yeah, and some of them have fallen, but I mean some of the thicker ones.
Yeah.
They're short, but they're not like the long ones, but they're short, but you know. But over here, I've already came in here with a hard rake like a month or so ago, especially in this area where these bricks are right here. And there's a lot of compacted leaves and roots and things that were on this property prior to us coming in and clearing it off.
That's another mimosa tree growing right there.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere. It's like they're relentless. But so scraping this, I'm not sure how easy it's going to be, but we're going to have to try to get it as level as we can so that it doesn't create this constant flow of water that's going out. And the flow of water that goes out would go out toward this gazebo over here. It goes out toward the path over here, and also toward the fence. So especially with the fence, if it keeps going, that it's going to create possibly a gap underneath that fence because the water goes out and it builds up all around the area. So we want to level that out. The same as, like I said, with the mound of dirt that's right there. this part of the yard, I guess it just kind of slopes down a little bit maybe. But honestly, when we were here, when everything was flat and there was no grass, looking at it, it looks like that side of the property over there dips down, not this side. This side looked like it was a little bit more elevated. But within a flat surface, you could still have different spots that are dipped and raised and stuff like that. So we want to get that cleared out. As far as putting a pond over here, the only way that I was thinking about even putting a pond would be probably somewhere right here in this area. And the reason why is to get some type of material that is waterproof that could deflect the rain and deflect the leaves that would fall by tying it kind of in a triangular shape between these 3 trees. And what that means is, I don't know if you've seen these, but they're kind of like awnings that people will have for shade, and they'll tie it and it's got 3 different spots instead of like a rectangle or a square that has 4 different angles. It's got only 3 angles that you're tying it to. Kind of like a hammock that's tied up, but it's waterproof and nothing goes through it. But I don't know if I want to do all of that for a like a pond, because it would probably be like a koi pond or something like that. And I would honestly have to look into the maintenance of it, because I've never had a pond. So if that maintenance seems like too much, which even me thinking and talking about it now, it seems like it's too much, it might be just better to have like a waterfall feature possibly inside of this Japanese garden area with the plants. I mean, that'll be visually appealing enough, I think. So there's things that are growing around here, like these right here. I don't know what these are called, but that's what turns into the vines.
Yes.
That were vining up the tree.
These other ones, the ones beside of it, the one there with the 3 leaves down there by your foot.
Here?
No, the 3 leaves over here. Yeah, but no.
Oh, this?
No.
This?
No.
This?
That? No. No. Yes.
Okay.
The one there with the 3 leaves. If you pull that out correctly, the other end of it, the root part, looks like a carrot. If you pull the whole thing out correctly.
It's very thin.
Exactly, and that's why you have to take a shovel and go under the dirt, because you pull it and then it breaks the thing and then it just continues to grow.
Look at it. Same thing here. The woodpecker, they go inside. There's a hole going down into the tree right here. There's another one up here. And here. But look over here. Look, this no trespassing sign is still up here.
Still there.
Yeah. All right. So if you look down here, you can see even that this is up this high. If I bring my hand across, like, you see the difference here? And that's what's happening when it rains. Water puddles, and then it's all going back here into this gazebo area, which was advised that we build a platform. If we're going to keep that gazebo there, build a platform, keep the gazebo in the ground, but build a platform inside of the gazebo about 6 inches off the ground. And the reason why we were told to do that is because if you put the gazebo, it's a tin or aluminum, made out of aluminum, hard aluminum gazebo, and if you put the gazebo on top of that wood platform, when you're walking on it, it'll shake the gazebo. But if you put the platform and build it around the gazebo inside, then when you walk on the platform, it won't affect the structure of the gazebo itself. So yeah, this is inside, and the next step, I'll take out the bricks and that paver, and then we'll have to flatten this stuff out. And like my mom said, we'll have to get to pulling up, some of these plants by the root, and finding any of the other roots that might be underneath here that can come up and make a mess out of whatever we're trying to create, what we're trying to bring to fruition. So, I don't know if I'm going to do that one on camera or not, just picking up those bricks and moving them out, but that's pretty much it for now, and we're losing some daylight, and so I think we'll have to pick it up another time to come back in and assess what we're doing and get this cleared out. But I'm pretty excited about it, because I think that this will be here the biggest like visual appealing part of this backyard. I don't know if for some people it's like, oh, the gazebos, or if it's, ooh, the pool and the spot next to the pool where the chairs are, or if it's, you know, the garden. But I think that this, with the assortment of plants and flowers and features that will be here, I think that this will really stand out. And one other thing that I wanted to look at getting, but I don't know how I want to go about doing it, because it's like a tarp kind of, but like the banners that you could have printed. You could have something printed on it, and it's like waterproof, weatherproof, and it's a banner. But if you put a banner across this fence and it has a scene on it, like maybe an extension to the Japanese garden that looks like other things that would be in a Japanese garden, or it could be anything.
Like the fence isn't there, it's like it just keeps going.
Right. And so I wouldn't mind doing that for the extension of just the area right back here where this garden would be. Now, I've seen some stuff online, whether it be on Amazon, whether it be on, you know, different places like that have it, but it's fabric, like a polyester fabric. And I'm not really sure about that, because from the reviews, people have said that it being out in the sun dulls it and it damages it. But I've seen polyester, like shirts or fabric. I've seen fabric like this where things are printed on it and it actually looks sometimes like the scene, like it could be a beach scene. You can have a beach scene behind the pool. You can have a Japanese garden scene behind the Japanese garden. Like, you can do different things. The sky's the limit to what you can do, as long as your imagination can think it up and bring it to fruition, then you can do it. And so I want to see what we can do with it to make it look, you know, the best that it can, and maybe inspire some of you to do something like that in your own backyard.
Well, that's going to be all for our video today. Go ahead and give us a like, leave a comment down below, and perhaps subscribe, for it's the best way to support the channel. We'll see you next time. Bye.
What a wasted time. Should have been here on the outside, read the signs. Used to call you mine, gave it my best, but I don't need